Borden. I'm a photographer. When I undertake a shoot, I try not to have any preconceived ideas. What I'm interested in is sort of the spontaneous and the unexpected. Those are, I think, the sort of ingredients that make something that's a bit more memorable. It's more about kind of producing something that kind of, as I said, was completely unexpected, an organic process. So in answer to your question, I don't have any preconceived ideas. I try and just rock up and record the relationship I have with a person on the day.
What's your experience?
My kind of shtick is that I you know, it used to be a little portfolio and now it's a sort of mobile phone. I just sort of show them some examples of my work, which sort of gives them the, hopefully encourages them to get involved in the process and relax. I just think in the creative process the most interesting things do happen kind of when you're confidently in control of the medium to such an extent that you can just relax and be playful. But like you said, initially people can be concerned with that sort of seeming amateurish kind of approach, but you know, if you show them sort of previous examples of your work, you know, you can kind of get them on board with it. I mean, one of the things that I do is I have a preference for using available light, and that's sort of after I've kind of learned how to use light properly and, you know, have experimented with every available light that you could think of. You know, you come full circle, and it's a bit like, you know, abstract expressionism after having learned to draw properly. You know, you realise that, as Eve Arnold said, you know, flash kills the atmosphere. So, and actually using available light means that it's not so oppressive an atmosphere to be photographed in. You know, it's more, they're just sitting there and they're not even knowing they're being photographed. Yeah, definitely. I've been lucky enough to photograph people that have been photographed by the people that inspired me, you know, like Richard Avedon or Irving Penn, and I've asked them about what it's like to be photographed by Irving Penn, and I have heard that, you know, he'd spend a long time just chatting to his subjects, and then the actual shoot itself was incredibly quick. I mean, obviously, it's better if the chat is extensive and enjoyable, and the shoot the same, because up to a point the quality of the pictures you get is directly proportional to the amount of time you spend taking the pictures. But on the whole, yeah, I mean, it's fundamentally important that that the portrait is a record of the relationship you have with the persons. Although, I mean, just from personal experience, the pictures that inspire me are, say for instance with the Beatles, you know, aren't the pictures that were, you know, even by Avedon or Penn. You know, I don't know if Penn photographed them, but I'm sure Avedon did, you know, and they're very clean sort of headshots or whatever. But the pictures that are kind of more interesting are the ones maybe done by Magnum photographers backstage with Brian Epstein. But on the whole, it's much more healthy to kind of just have a genuine human exchange and try and record that. Then you end up with pictures that have a sort of integrity to them and hopefully a truth that comes through. Well, firstly, the sort of landscape of printed media and photography is different now than it was when I started. It's very, very important now to do personal projects in a way that it wasn't before. They don't want to see other portraits from published jobs, commissions. You know, they want to see something that is a little bit different. So if you've got personal projects that you sort of care about and you're passionate about, you know, something that you're constructively using your ability to do which is outside of their kind of realm. The other thing is, don't overlook, you know, social media and the you know, connecting with people. Say yes to things that challenge you. Don't be too kind of stuck with doing stuff that you just feel comfortable with, you know.